I am nothing short of disgusted by the absolute sewer rat's behavior coming from this guy called Tarzan, who decided that it would be a good idea to milk the breakup of Dantes and Laura for clout, which satisfyingly backfired on him. This is probably one of the most heartless things I've ever seen someone do to another person, so let's get into the context. Dantes is a pretty well-known League of Legends streamer who, if you don't know him by now, you've probably seen him through his YouTube shorts or TikTok clips. Basically, Dantes was dating this girl Laura, the absolute grand prize of women according to his audience, and she was a very supportive girlfriend, willing to do basically anything to be with Dantes despite his lack of wanting to commit to a relationship. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a Dantes fan. In fact, I don't even know anything about League of Legends. I've never touched the game. I literally just know Dantes through TikTok, and I just thought he was kind of funny. And I'm not here to dog on League, but I do want to talk about the drama because it's hella juicy. Basically, 2 weeks ago, Dantes posted this on Twitter announcing that he'd broken up with Laura, his girlfriend, and in the tweet he just states that he wasn't ready for a relationship anymore and he just wanted to focus on his career. But it was actually taken extremely negatively for some reason. Like, all the comments are calling him out for being such an idiot, for fumbling such a perfect girl. And I just find it weird how negatively this post was taken. I mean, all the comments are like this. Like, these people don't even know what was going on behind the scenes. All they're doing is just reducing Laura down to her looks. Like, there's a bunch of comments with just a picture of Laura, like, looking pretty or something. Like, screw you, man. You fucking broke up with this absolute gem. How dare you fumble such an amazing angel female girl? If I was able to score such a baddie, I would never let her go. I would never let her leave my sight. Like, it just sounds so childish and virgin-like coming from his comments. I mean, I've read those and I'm like, how can this be the majority opinion? I mean, I'm sure he has his own reasons for breaking up with her that have nothing to do with how pretty she is. Another common opinion that I see being spread through the comments is that he shouldn't have got into a relationship with her if he knew that he didn't want to be with her. But he literally states in the tweet that from the get-go, I told her that my career would be my first priority. So she went into this knowing that he didn't want a committed relationship. And that was common knowledge. Everyone actually knew that. I knew that, and I didn't even follow this guy. I saw some TikTok clip where she was aware that this is not what he wanted. So yeah, I don't really think he needed to go to this level of detail with the post, but Dantes has always been very open with his audience. That's sort of like his thing. And I guess if you do make your relationship as public as he did, you sort of need to provide some context when it ends, because otherwise people are just going to continually make speculations and nag you forever. Like, by making your relationship public, you sort of do just sign up for the publicity of the breakup if that does end up occurring, which Dantes is aware of, and he didn't really have a problem with that. But yeah, he said everything that needed to be said, so theoretically this should just be the end of it. But no, of course, that's not how the internet works. This absolute idiot, Tarzaned, just had to just ruin everything. Tarzan is this Twitch streamer who was supposed to be Dantes' close friend as well as a close friend of Laura's. So he decided to leak everything about the breakup, showing private screenshots of messages on stream and publicizing a very, very, very private piece of trauma that Laura and Dantes had to go through. That being an abortion that Laura had while Dantes and her were together that Tarzan was trusted with and had absolutely no ethical right to share whatsoever. Abortion's a very touchy subject. Obviously, I'm not going to get into that because in my opinion that would literally be career suicide, but although I have absolutely no understanding of what it's like to go through this sort of thing, I just cannot imagine the pain that these two have had to go through thanks to their idiot friend Tarzan, who in my eyes has done one of the scummiest things you can possibly do to a person. Leaking private messages is one thing, but doing it without any reason at all is just the why? It's just a complete disregard of trust. Like, I understand if the intentions were good, like if you were trying to leak some sort of scandalous act or crime, and specifically if a victim is involved, if you speak to the victim first and get permission to talk about it, or let the victim talk about it themselves first. But all Tarzan has done here is make a situation a million times worse than it needed to be. This is literally like some high school drama right here. They've got into a little fight, him and Dantes, and now he's used his deepest, darkest secrets against him that have not even made him look bad. All it's done is make Tarzan look like the biggest douche I've ever seen. So yeah, they have every right to be mad, and they went on a bit of a rant on Twitter. Laura posted this: Tarzan, you disgusting piece of shit, think it's okay to talk about my abortion that I had and lie about the whole thing. 29-year-old man-child that thinks it's okay to talk about a random woman's trauma is so disgusting to me. You deserve nothing in this world for doing that. Did we have disagreements that both of us apologize for? for 100%. But for you to go online and talk about that, taking away my right to keep that for myself, shows how much you lack in sympathy. Dragging me and really traumatic events in your little childish fights with Dantes makes you everything but an adult that understands boundaries and respect. Then they both went on stream together to talk about it publicly, which they had no intention of doing, but Tarzan's basically just forced their hand in this situation. But yeah, we've got Laura just breaking down, trying to talk about the abortion, and then we've got Dantes, you know, just being Dantes, walking around screaming into the microphone.
It's so unfair to me for such a disgusting human being, a 20-year-old man-child, to go online and lie about my history with abortion. This should have never been public. He was told in private, and to go online to talk about me and then lie about something that is not even true just to make Dantes seem worse.
But the fact that he decides to leak something like that as some kind of truth bomb, the fact that this disgusting fucking piece of shit sits there and talks in front of thousands of people, leaking probably the most traumatic thing that either of us has ever had to go through in front of thousands, when I didn't even talk about it to my closest friends. The fact that this disgusting freak of a human being thinks, and now there are going to be thousands of people messaging her shit, death threats, commenting about a situation that they had no right to know about!
Like, completely valid reaction if you ask me. There were no good intentions from Tarzan here. All he wanted to do was try and make Dantes look bad because they were fighting. He probably just sat there and thought, yeah, everyone's gonna hate Dantes now and love me for this, without any consideration of how Laura is going to be dragged into the situation. His whole intent with leaking this information was to try and paint Dantes as a shitty scumbag boyfriend, which is just stupid because Dantes literally admits to that in the breakup tweet. You know, just talking about how he put League of Legends before his girlfriend. But the stupid part about the abortion was that it had nothing to do with the breakup at all. It was leaked for absolutely no reason. Now, there's another person also in this drama who originally was defending Laura, but then decided to try and expose Laura for talking about the abortion on stream in May beforehand. Like, trying to defend Tarzan for talking about it because she already mentioned it on stream vaguely. In the stream where she talks about it, she lied to make it seem like the abortion happened a long time ago, which was her attempt at keeping Dantes out of the situation so that she could discuss her trauma publicly without having to get him involved, which is completely valid. Like, it should have never come out like that.
I've already gone through an abortion. I was super young when that happened. Like, talking about mental health, abortion stuff and stuff like that, I think these are topics that a lot of people don't talk about because they're not normalized, you know? Like, there's some time past since that happened and I still suffer from it.
So Laura responded to this with a huge tweet, but basically just says that he's the same as Tarzan for posting that. Like, I don't know why this guy would even do this. It's real stupid. You're the exact same amount of disgusting as Tarzan. I decided to change the story so people would focus on the topic of abortions and not my experience. Do you not have any ounce of respect for yourself? At least educate yourself on what really happened and don't take things out of context. Then Laura also posts this other tweet that basically exposes Tarzan for being a total douchebag, explaining how he found out originally, and that she actually explained to him why she didn't want to go public because she knows the kind of harassment that she will get from people. He told me in Brazil I should not talk openly about it because people will hate on me and destroy me. At the time, I had explained to him for over 4 minutes why I don't want it to be public because I'm still crying on the day every month where the abortion happened. Knowing that people will call me a killer, child murderer, slut, I should go die with my baby, etc., he continued defending his position and justifying why he is in the right to talk about it without my consent because she talked openly about it with him in a private setting. Then she also shares a few of the screenshots of DMs that she got from people which, you know, just literally prove her point. They're pretty vile and that's exactly the reason why she wanted to keep it on the down low, but, you know, this guy just decided to go public with it even after she said not to, so. But this isn't even the end of the situation. But this isn't even it yet. Tarzan went as far as getting multiple women who Dantes had like previous relationships with or something something like that to try and like expose him as some sort of douchebag. Now, unfortunately, the original VOD was deleted, you know, wiped from planet Earth. There's no getting this back apart from this little like 10-second clip we've got here.
I'm just going to quickly ask you 2 questions and I think we'll be good. Have you ever had sex with Dantes?
No.
Have you ever talked about your body count with Dantes?
No.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great one.
And this massive post by Dante summarizing the whole thing and going over what each girl said about him. So we kind of have to take Dante's word with a grain of salt here because he's sort of just speaking out of what he saw. But, you know, I'm still trusting his word because of the absolute devil person that Tarzan is. But like all the allegations that Tarzan tries to get out of these women is just, it's all absolute bogus. There's nothing here. I might as well have just read a blank page. It's like Tarzan went into this like rubbing his hands together like, yes, wait until they see the man you truly are, Dantes. And then he gets all these women on and they just answer his questions and he looks like a complete idiot, so he deletes the VOD. Like, the questions that he asks have nothing of value and the answers that the girls give also have nothing of value. But yeah, don't worry, I'm going to put you through the same amount of cringe that I did, so let's read it. In a now deleted VOD, Tarzan just went live on his stream and interviewed 4 girls so they could expose me for my wrongdoings. Let me just go over what each of the girls said one by one so you can truly understand the magnitude of how evil I am. Girl 1, accusation 1, posted pictures of us on nice dates. Response, I took her out on nice dates. Accusation 2, says that I took multiple girls to the same plaza when I would bring them on dates. Response, there's a plaza near my house that has restaurants I like. I'd bring them there and pay for the dates. That's awesome, man. Like, what? Am I missing the point of this question? Like, what is this accusation? He took it on a date? He took girls on dates to a plaza that exists, like, near his house. Oh, damn it. God, Dantes, you asshole, man. What is wrong with you? Like, what is going on? Accusation 3 brings up that she had asked me the first time me and Laura met if it was anything serious, and that my answer was that I only stated that I wasn't looking for anything committed. Response, when me and Laura first met, I had no intention of entering a committed relationship, which is what I told her. Accusation 4, I wouldn't tell girls that I was talking to that I was sleeping with other girls. Response, I never told any of the girls on stream that we were ever exclusive, and for every single one of them we talked for a few weeks at most. Why would I randomly message them when I would decide to sleep with others? I can accept the fault that I should have never gotten too emotionally involved with them in the first place, but anything more than that is lunacy. Like, so far, all we're doing here is making Dantes look like a bit of a player, like he gets multiple girls. Accusation 5, I would become very cold when she would directly mention talking to other men to me. Response, no shit. Yeah, I mean, valid, I guess. Accusation 6 says that I control women by showing them that I would feel weird when they would mention other men messaging them. Response, I never forced any of them to stop. I only showed that I wasn't as interested when they would directly mention it to me. Girl 2, accusation 1. When Laura appeared on my stream, she'd asked me what my affiliation was with her, and I answered that she was just another streamer and felt led on. At that point, me and the girl were talking for maybe a week and a half. Laura appeared on my stream, but at the time of writing the message, nothing sexual had happened between us. Accusation 2, so that I got mad at her when she posted a thirst trap on Vesco after talking to me for a day or 2. Response, when I saw that she posted a thirst trap, I became more cold and withdrawn. Like, what am I reading? This is just normal, like, life situations. All we're doing here is making Dantes look like a bit of a player. Like, he gets a lot of women, but he doesn't he treats them properly. Like, so dumb. And then he says this, all I'm saying is that it's truly disgusting that after only several hours of exposing mine and Laura's abortion, he went live on stream blasting Judge Judy music and parading the title Dante's victims expose him, just for this to be the end result. He shows once again that he's nothing more than a freak. Yes, I wasn't the best when it came to talking stages, and I'll own up to it, but to sit here and paint me out to be some kind of devil that you're ridding the world of to throw some heat off of you because several hours prior you did one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen amazes me. Although I doubt this is the end of it all, I'll end this tweet off with the following message. And then he just drops an absolute bombshell nuke on fucking Tarzan. Tarzan, you're a disgusting human being, and the fact that you're willing to make a complete mockery of multiple girls that you labeled as victims for your own benefit just so you can throw some heat off your back attests to your true character. Blasting Judge Judy music, having another man host a stream that constantly made excuses for your behavior earlier in the day, and then deleting the VOD when you realize it did nothing but make you look worse just exposes the wretched little freak clown that you are. I'm glad that finally, after all these years, everyone can finally see you for the person that you truly are. A pathetic little boy in a man's body that uses his false sense of bravado to uphold a moral code that he himself doesn't truly believe in. So yeah, he's used Dantes and Laura's trauma as a weapon against their little feud to not only try and make him look bad, but now he also has to go through all of this drama on top of a breakup, which, you know, and while also doing it, he's just dragged Laura into the situation, which in my opinion is just the scummiest, trashiest thing you can do. And you know, it seems like he got what he wanted out of the situation because his response got 2.3 million views. Hooray for him. So yeah, he put out an apology on Twitter, which I wouldn't even call it an apology because he's completely just disregarded it by posting another 20-minute video on YouTube where he talks about why everything he did was actually justified and right, and that he doesn't regret anything at all. Not only is it one of the most pathetic apologies I've ever seen that doesn't even mention Laura's name, by the way, the actual victim in this scenario, but it is completely obsolete, voided. It's nothing. This post means nothing because he went on YouTube and just ranted about why he did everything. It is so dumb. In the video he posted on YouTube, he rants about his side of the story and why it was okay for him to leak everything. And he literally just doubles down on everything he did. Like, he basically just says, yeah, what I did was really dumb. I have the emotional intelligence of a 5-year-old, but everything I did was, you know, I don't regret it. I would do it again. Like, what?
The only reason I do it is because I realize they're scum. And most of the lead content creators are fucking scum. And yes, I completely agree. I said the wrong thing, but I did the right thing. I stand by what I did. If someone treats me like this, yes, I have the emotional maturity of a fucking 5-year-old. I completely agree. I shouldn't have brought this much of withdrew myself in the situation. There's so many so many signal signs, like Tyler saying, "You're 29, bro. Stay in your own fucking lane. Be a grown man." I had a dream. I had so many different things telling me this shit's not worth it. You have a fucking niece. This is gonna be you one day. You're gonna have a child. You know, move on with your fucking life. These people are fucking children, and I did something 10,000 times worse than them. So it literally made me lose respect for myself at a certain point in time. But yeah, that happened. I said, you know what? I'm gonna ruin this guy. I go on stream. I say every single situation, every single person he shit talk behind their back, every single scenario, and yeah, I'm a piece of shit. To me, it just felt like he needs to lose everything. That's what it felt like.
So yeah, basically his excuse is, I have the emotional intelligence of a 5-year-old and what I said was wrong. But then he just doubles down on it, saying that he doesn't regret doing it. I don't understand the brain of this. Maybe he does have the emotional intelligence of a 5-year-old. Maybe he is a 5-year-old. I mean, is this League? Is this what League does to someone? Because he does mention that in his apology. It is literally one of the first things he says. Look here. Over the course of my life, I would always remind myself that my anger stemmed from League of Legends. Oh my god, dude. Is this like supposed to be his defense in like court or something? Like, oh, I swear I didn't mean to murder you. I was just playing too much League of Legends. I got angry. Oh, okay. Not guilty. You're free to go. Just go to a mental asylum and get that shit out of your brain. Like, what? This is the worst excuse I've ever seen. He actually blames League of Legends on what he did. Like, what? Not only that, but the only part where he apologizes in the apology post is AI generated. I want to openly express my deepest sympathies and apologize to those who have been hurt by my recent actions. Over the course of my life, I would always remind myself that my anger stemmed from League of Legends and that I was a completely normal individual outside of the game. Despite this, I have let my behavior and anger seep into who I am as a person, and I need to grow and change and apologize for what I've done. 100% AI generated. Oh my god, Tarzan, you idiots, man. Come on. And then the top comment is literally ChatGPT and Tarzan. So yeah, I'm not going to read the whole tweet. It just seems pointless to me considering he doubles down on the whole thing. But I will say that he does put out this huge detailed apology, apologizes, and then just completely reverses everything he said on YouTube. He also mentions that he's going to take a break in this tweet, but then he goes on and posts again on YouTube. I don't understand what this guy's deal is. And he's also been streaming like the past few days as well. So all of what he said is completely just not true. He doesn't mean anything and he doesn't care. He just doesn't care about anything at all. He hates Dantes, by the way. From what I've seen, this guy hates Dantes, and that's what all of this stemmed from was just the beef that they had, and he's dragged Laura into the situation, which has just made it a million times worse and made him look like a complete asshole, and everyone hates him and he knows it. So it's just completely undeserved on Dante's and especially Laura's parts. Like, all Tarzan has done is make Dante's look like a bit of a shitty boyfriend, which he already admitted to, so it's just pointless. And that maybe he's a bit of a player that gets girls, I don't know. All he did was break up with his girlfriend. And I still think it's weird that all the hate that Dante's is getting from his own following, like, people genuinely hate him for breaking up with Laura. Like, you can't get mad at someone for making their own decision. I feel like it's just really not fair at all. If he didn't want to be with her, he doesn't want to be with her, you know? Pyrocynical and Most Critical have already made videos on this, so it looks like this video is completely just useless. And yeah, I'm bored of the situation now, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. But yeah, if you did find this video entertaining, drop a like, maybe subscribe, and thanks for checking me out. See ya.